Hello everyone, I'm Ron LeGrand and welcome to the New Masters of Real Estate show. I have with me today Sean Leonce, who's going to talk about how he may be able to purchase your home if you have one for sale. So welcome to the show, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
All right, listen, you tell me that you buy houses here and that you're helping people out of homes that are having trouble selling them. Can you tell me, if I want to sell my house, why should I come to you?
Really simple. The answer to that question is because I can buy your house and I can buy it as quickly as you need to sell it most of the times, and in other situations I can come up with ways to get your house sold, right? In normal circumstances where your options would be to go to foreclosure or just let it go. So I've got 20 ways that I can put a deal together and get your house sold outside of the regular situation.
So you're either going to buy my house or you're going to give me some tips on how I might be able to sell it myself, right?
Well, generally speaking, if I get to the end and it doesn't make sense and I can't buy it, I'll give you whatever information I can to help you. Absolutely, we do that all the time.
But you're not a realtor, are you?
I am not a realtor,
Okay.
No.
So, well, speaking of that, why should I come to you instead of going to a realtor if I want to sell my house?
Listen, nothing's wrong with realtors. We use them all the time. I've got about 6 of them myself that we use. But we write the check. So we buy the house. We buy the house. Okay, absolutely.
So if I want to sell my house, I come to you. If I want to list it, then I call a realtor.
Exactly. Right? So the realtor's going to find you a buyer. I'm the person that they're finding. So yeah, I'm the end guy.
Well, what kind of houses do you buy? Describe your perfect house that you want to buy.
Oh man, we do it all. If it smells like real estate, we do it. We bought $100,000 condos, and we just put on the contract a $1.4 million house on 16th Street. So we do it, and everything in the middle.
From low to high, huh?
From low to high, yeah. It's a house, you know. Somebody's got to live in it.
How do you go? How do you go about buying these houses? Do you pay cash for them?
That's an interesting question. Yeah. We do pay cash for most of our houses. So we, on the front end, help sellers that need to sell. Yes. We use private investors, right, who are tired of getting 1% down at the bank. They come and get a high rate of return with us.
Trust me, I know. Yeah. Okay.
And then on the other side, we have a beautiful product that we put out to the marketplace. Some people go down to the bank and get a loan and buy them, and then other people, they lease option, and we help them repair their credit, and they're living in the house that they're going to buy today, even though they can't buy. We help people that way as well.
So what is a private investor?
A private investor, it's a person who has capital, an IRA, 401k, who's quite frankly just sick and tired of getting 1% at the bank, which is not even keeping up with inflation.
I get that.
They're losing money every year.
So they're individuals.
They're just
people.
Just people.
Not institutions, not banks, not very wealthy people, just people with money sitting around looking for a place to put it because they don't trust the stock market.
Exactly right.
And like to get a high rate of return safely. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm
what
saying.
makes it a safe investment for those kind of folks?
Well, the investment is secured by the real estate. An actual building you can go put your hands on.
I got it.
It's not like the stock market where you can wake up in the next morning and half your money's gone. There's title insurance, there's regular insurance on the property. If it burns to the ground, you get a check. You know, there's securities there. And so we've got people that are, you know, the more I tell them about it, I had people actually tell me this sounds too good to be true.
Well, because it's not a widely known investment tool, is it?
Exactly right.
So it's secured by the property, so they're safe.
Correct.
And you don't borrow anywhere near the value of it, so there's plenty of equity above it, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're giving them a much higher rate of return than they're getting at the bank. So this provides the capital for you to buy the houses.
Correct.
I love this plan.
Everybody wins.
So you buy the properties from the sellers.
Yes.
You use private money to buy them with.
Correct.
And then what do you do with them?
Well, from there, we fix them up. So we've got a team of contractors, and we move pretty quickly. If it needs new bathrooms, kitchens, whatever it needs, we make it right, and then we go back on the other side. That's interesting because generally speaking, the price of the house, what you get with us, you get a 1-year home warranty, you get a lot more value than you would just generally in a normal situation. And then on the other side of it, if you cannot buy a house today, listen, bad things happen to good people.
Yes.
But if you want to live in a good neighborhood, in a good school district, we put it together in a way that you are able to do that today, even though you can't go down to the bank and get a mortgage. So it's wonderful.
You're telling me I can come to you and buy a house if I can't qualify for a loan at the bank?
Absolutely. Ron, you have no idea what it feels like to hand the keys over to someone who never thought they'd be able to buy a house.
That's amazing. So, wait a minute now. Let me get this straight, because our viewers have to be interested in this, because a lot of people have lost their credit out there. in this mess we're in right now.
Yes.
So you're telling me again that if I've lost my credit, I can come to you and you can sell me a house and we don't have to go to the bank and get a loan.
Correct. And I have.
And you have. Okay.
Absolutely.
So do you sell me the house? Do you lease me the house with the option to buy? How do you do that?
We do it a lot of different ways. Most cases, you lease the house with the option to purchase. So you have an interest in the house. You're not just, just renting. You're renting for that period, but you're living in your home when you move in. I mean, I've had people call me and they've moved in as quick as a week into their home.
Wow.
That they're going to be living in. They may not get a loan for a year or so, and we help them with that. We give them the education to show them how to do all of that process.
But my credit's bad.
I understand.
How can I get a loan?
I understand your credit's bad today, but a year from now, if you structure things properly, and we help you do that,
you're going to help me clean up my credit as well?
Why wouldn't I? Absolutely, because I don't really get all my money until you actually go down and get a loan at the bank. So it's in my interest to make sure that you can get a loan, and so we work with them.
So let me get this straight. You're going to buy the house from people who need to get out of them and are having trouble selling them.
Yes.
You're going to get the money from private lenders to buy them with, in most cases.
Yes.
Give the private lenders a high rate of return safely.
Absolutely.
Then you're going to take the house, and if it needs work, all of them don't need work, do they?
We at least got carpet and paint. We want to put a good product out there. Yeah.
Looking nice, smelling nice.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you're going to put it right back into the marketplace.
Yes.
And then help all those folks who can't get qualified, good folks who've lost their credit but need a helping hand. And you're going to give them an opportunity to get back in the house, live in it, pay rent with an option to buy, which means that they can go down and get a loan anytime they're ready. And you're going to sit around and wait till they're ready, help them get qualified, and then even if they want you to, take them down and get them the financing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's an amazing service, Sean. Yeah, that's an amazing service. I bet you're proud of what you do, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. It's very satisfying on the selling side, on the buying side, people who have capital, who are just happy to get a high rate of return. Everybody wins, and then the end user on the other side, it's great.
Tell us a story about some seller that you've helped out of a house.
I'll tell you what, the one that stands out for me was a lady in Virginia that I went and met, and she had there was a tree that fell through her roof. She lost her job. She couldn't make her mortgage payments.
That'll ruin your day, won't it?
It would. And in Virginia, you don't pay your mortgage, you don't pay your taxes. They come take your car, right? Because the taxes are, it's all across the board. So she got the notice that it will come, repossess her cars. And she called me up crying. She didn't know what to do. Ooh. And I went over and we were able to put the deal together. I paid the taxes, the back taxes, so they didn't repossess her car. I was able to give her some cash and help her find a place to live because she didn't have a job, and gave her the time to do that with some dignity. I didn't go rushing her out the house. And then we fixed the house up and sell it, and we stayed in touch to this day. I mean, it's very satisfying, and she didn't know what to do. So
you truly are performing a public service, aren't you?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was her one time, so I know what that feels like.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
What about on the selling end? Tell me a story about someone you sold a house to that couldn't get a house.
Mitzi comes to mind. She lived in Maryland, bought a house in Pennsylvania. She built it to move be close to her son. Right when the market crashed.
Wow.
Imagine that. So she couldn't sell her house. She couldn't get a loan because she couldn't sell her house to move into her new house, and she had $40,000 hanging in the wings, and the builder's calling and telling her, yeah, you're gonna forfeit your money any day here. 6 months she was on the market, went up, we were able to give her some cash up front so she could get her loan. We purchased her house, okay, and gave her 2 weeks post-closing to pack up her stuff and have an orderly, calm move up to Pennsylvania. And she still sends me Christmas cards to this day.
Okay. All right, well, that was a story about someone who sold the house to you. Tell me a story about someone that you sold a house to.
Someone that I sold a house to?
Yeah, buyer.
Oh, buyer. Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's see who comes to mind.
You have so many of these stories, you have a hard time keeping
I've got to run them through. There was a lady in Maryland, Silver Spring, divorced.
Yeah.
Husband left. She had 3 kids. Could not hold on to her house because she needed both incomes. But she wanted to keep her kids in the same school district. She picked up the phone. She called me. I think her lease was up. She had like a week left, right? And she went out from the apartment that they were living in into a 3-bedroom home, kept her kids in the same school district, and again, her credit wasn't that good.
Wow.
Okay.
I bet you hear that a lot, don't you?
I hear that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she was able to move in with her kids. It took us 7 days to get all that done, and she was very appreciative of it.
So the public needs you.
I don't know if they need me, but everybody who I come across are happy that they did.
I bet you get flowers and candy and all kinds of stuff, don't you?
Not nearly enough.
Well, Sean, tell me, if I want to sell my house, or if I want to buy a house, or maybe even talk about this private lending stuff, how do I reach you?
You can reach us 2 ways, Ron. You can reach us on the web, www.chase, as in like Chevy Chase.
Chase, okay.
Yep. Fine Homes, plural.
Chase, Fine, F-I-N-E, Homes, plural. Okay.
.com. Correct. Or if you prefer to talk to us on the phone, we'd love to talk to you.
You are a pleasure to talk to. I'm glad to know you, and I'm glad you do what you do. Thanks for being on our show.
Ron, thanks for having me.